Shaquille O'Neal is one of the most dominant forces in all of basketball history. At the age of 24 in his first season with the LA Lakers, he averaged 26 points and 13 rebounds per game in what was the beginning of a dynasty alongside Kobe Bryant. Now, nearly 15 years later, the NBA has changed completely to a perimeter-oriented style of game. But there is one player who is making a case for MVP by playing beat-em-up style of basketball: Giannis Antetokounmpo. At the age of 24, this current NBA season, he is averaging 28 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists while leading the Milwaukee Bucks to the #1 seed out east. The Greek Freak has been so impressive that Shaq himself has said Giannis is the better player at this age. But what if we could actually put this theory to the test? Could Shaq lead the Bucks to the #1 seed in this era of basketball, and could Giannis put up the same numbers in the West on a 1990s style Lakers team? Let's find out. Okay, so the way we are doing this, I do have the Milwaukee Bucks, and I have the 97-98 Lakers. So keep in mind, guys, just for like full transparency of this video, there was not the Lakers team when Shaq was 24. That was Kobe's rookie season. I believe this is the year after, where he was like 25, maybe 20, going on 26. But yeah, it's still pretty much the same idea right here. So looking at the rosters, talking a little bit about how this would work out, what the lines would be looking like exactly, having Shaq on the Bucks is actually a fantastic fit here, man, because, you have Mirotic, who is the perfect stretch for alongside him. Now, if you really want to go with like that twin tower mindset, I guess you could try Brook Lopez at the 4th spot, but I don't really think that'll work out all that much. But yeah, this would work out perfectly right here, man. Although, if Brook Lopez was still in there, I mean, it would be like the same style where the ball's in Giannis' hand, he's attacking the basket, doing things like that, and Brook Lopez just kind of sits out there in the 3-point line. You got Chris Middleton at the 3 spot, Brogdon at the 4, and Eric Bledsoe at the point guard position. And then the bench unit, we got Brook Lopez coming off there. Would provide some spacing and make up for some of that lack of shooting that Shaq obviously does have. You got Paul Gasol there that, I don't really know how much he would play all that much. I'm actually going to move him away from the rotation just because, like, Ersan Ilyasova can play the 4 spot. Marcus Gasol is a bit old now, so we're going to give some more minutes here to George Hill. Conahey, who's a 77 overall, he can play a bit more also. And I do want to get Shaq playing like 37 minutes a game. And, of course, the rest of the lineup looking like that. So, as far as assistant proficiency, they have a defense-oriented style right there. That's Budenholzer's, that's like his style of play, but I don't know if I like it all that much, man. Pace and space, we have increases 3-point opportunities, spreads opposition defense in constant motion, forces defensive mistakes, sacrifices strength and height. I mean, that's really what Shaq's all about. So maybe a grit and grind system seems about the way to go, where it's like, you dish it into Shaq, play him on the inside, and the rest of the guys just kind of go out there and do their own thing. So we're going to do that, man. 3.5 stars for that. And now looking over at the 97-98 Lakers with Giannis. And honestly, man, like the way the lineup is constructed, it's really not that much different from the Milwaukee Bucks. As Giannis for this team is going to play the 4th spot. You have Eddie Jones, who, is kind of like the Chris Middleton of this team, the guy that can go out there and get you 20 points per game. Underrated, but at the same time, still a really solid basketball player. Robert Horry. Okay, so the way he is going to be for this team is he's essentially going to be exactly what Brook Lopez was, and that's just going out there playing, on the outside. His defense is okay. It's like Brook Lopez-esque. And like his rebounding, he's a serviceable rebounder. He's like 6'9", so he'll be fine in this current NBA. Back in the day, he would have got destroyed at that spot. Kobe Bryant, I guess the best way I can put him, because this is like his second year in the NBA, maybe his 3rd season. Yeah, going out his 3rd season here. I guess the best way I can relate him is saying Malcolm Brogdon, and that is a guy that is a really nice up-and-coming player. Of course, Brogdon is never going to be as good as Kobe Bryant, but Brogdon is a very smart player, as Kobe Bryant is. And then Nick Van Exel is 6'1". His offense, he's definitely a bit of a better shooter than Eric Bledsoe, but he's still like athletic-based point guard, so that should be nice for that. And we got Rick Fox, Derek Fisher, Eldon Campbell off the bench with John Barry's a good 3-point shooter. I am going to get Giannis at about 37 minutes per game, because I believe that's what Shaq was at. And, of course, we got to get Kobe playing a bit more out there. Same with Eddie Jones, who is the second option realistically in this offense. Nick Van Exel, Robert at about 30. That's where this team might struggle and where Giannis is really going to pick up the slack. It's like the bench, it's not very good. Like, Rick Fox is fine. Derek Fisher's nice. But Eldon Campbell, he's just, like, okay at this point. So that's what that's going to be all about. Let's go to system proficiency. And yeah, we have the pace and space where, Giannis is going to have the ball in his hands. His job is going to be attack the basket. And then there's going to be the shooters all around him. So that should work out nicely for him. Not really a great one for Kobe Bryant, but he'll definitely adapt to it because he's Kobe Bryant. So yeah, man, I think what we're going to do is we're going to simulate this season and see how this team does out there. But before we do that, I want to do a little bit of a matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks. Or I don't know if I'm going to control Shaq or Giannis. I'm going to make that choice. So the Lakers are up 103-71. I was looking at the records, and as of right now in the simulation, both these teams have 48 wins on the season. So that's going to be like a big, I don't know, man, just because the Bucks have lost both games here. So that's just something to think about in this case. But as we go through this gameplay right here, I want to give you guys my opinion. Do I feel like Giannis is as good as Shaquille O'Neal? I don't really like to compare those two players because, like, it's just, I don't know, it's weird because Giannis is obviously like the Shaq of this era, but they don't really play the same style of basketball. It's just the way the game's adapted. Kind of came down to why people are making that comparison because, you know, Giannis does so much of his damage on the inside. But in a lot of the cases, like, yeah, Giannis will get like a nice like offensive rebound and, you know, kind of roll with that. But what's that, man? Kobe Bryant, here we go, man. Giannis, here we go. And of course, Giannis is not like an amazing shooter, as he almost makes a mid-range right there. But you know, like Giannis is like an off the dribble type of guy, where Shaq was the slow it down style of basketball. You know, you're gonna addition to the big man and let him do his damage out there. I'm sure Giannis could still do that, but I just think it's a weird comparison to make. Not to mention too that Shaq is like your traditional center, and Giannis does play the 4 spot. But I mean, come on, man, he's definitely like more of a small forward type of guy. So it's almost the same thing with Michael Jordan and LeBron, where it's just like, wait, we're comparing these two players, but really you got to think about how different they really are, and just like how, oh, they're going, go, man, throw it down, just like that, baby. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. But it's like they're two totally different like positions and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I think as of right now, Shaq was not as good at 24 as Giannis is right now. But I mean, the style and just the pace of the game is so different. But then again, do you feel like Shaq in this era of basketball could have kept up his efficiency with the way they play it right now, just like the quickness of the game? I'm really not quite sure, because of course Shaq was, yeah, you know, he obviously is like athletic, but here we go, good pass. But yeah, he's obviously an athletic player, but at the same time, it's like he was a bigger guy too. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe Shaq would have, like, if he was playing right now, would have focused more on dieting and kind of slimming down and being more like Orlando Magic Shaq than anything. But I do want to know from you guys in the comment section below, what do you guys think? Do you feel like Shaq is this like better than Giannis? Do you feel like Giannis is better than Shaq at this age, or do you feel like Giannis do you feel like he'll ever get to that level of Shaq, or is that just never gonna happen, man? Because, you know, I always love hearing your guys' comments about thinking that baby. Oh man, yo, Tony Snell throwing that down. Yo, Shaq's not even in the game. Let's go hit up the other side of the team real quick. Another thing that Shaq did point out is that he does feel that, like, in 5 seasons or so, that Giannis is going to be the best player in the NBA. He said he just like feels that he really wants it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, there we go. Count that baby in a foul, man. I'm telling you, Shaq doing that is nasty out there. But yeah, I definitely think that he might even be the best player before 5 years. I mean, this season he's already like making his name for MVP out there with James Harden. And Giannis is what? He's only 24, right? So in 5 years from now, he's gonna be 29. I mean, 27 is typically like peak time for basketball. So yeah, I think he'll definitely be the best player out there. You could even make the argument right now. Of course, you know, people want to say LeBron James. Do I feel LeBron's still the best player in basketball after this season? I'm gonna say, as much as I love LeBron, I don't think he's the absolute best player in the sport anymore. I mean, yeah, on any given night, he can be the best player, but from a consistency basis, I'm going to give that to, I mean, dude, I know Kevin Durant's on the Warriors, but that man can score in any way possible. His defense extremely underrated. I know I hit on Kevin Durant a lot, but I'm probably going to say Kevin Durant, as of right now, is the best player. He just has the, you know, the awkwardness of, he was playing, of course, like some of his best years when like LeBron was playing his best basketball. And I feel like Kevin Durant's window being the best is going to be very small, because I do think Giannis is up and coming. So here we go, man. Yo, let's beat up Eldon Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, baby. Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, man. We feasting out there, man. Yo, I will say, Shaq is definitely one of my favorite players to use in 2K. He's just so much fun, like posting people up and using that as strength. But another thing to say about Giannis in regards to strength, I cannot believe how much weight that man has put on since he's been in the NBA, just like a pure muscle. Because I remember when he first came in, this dude was like Kevin Durant skinny, and that works for some players, but with Giannis' style of play, he definitely needed to bulk up. Yo, throw not, what are you doing, man? The weak layup like that. He definitely needed to bulk up, and he did his job out there. I think he's going to continue to gain muscle, but not too much. Also his 3-point shot, like I watched a game the other night, and like he was knocking down some threes. I believe it was against the Philadelphia 76ers. So if he adds that to his game, I will say it's not going to ever be like the cream of the crop of his style of offense. But if he's just doing that on like some, yo, don't do this to me, man. What are you? Oh my! Thought this he about to hit me with that. Don't do it to me, man. Here we go. Get out there, man. Get out there, man. I said no. I said no. Yo, Shaq running point guard, just like NBA All-Star game. Chicken noodle soup can't catch up. Campbell's. Okay, well, that's fair. All right, guys, let's go ahead and finish up this simulation. So there is one game left in the season. 54-27 for the Lakers, 54-27 for the Bucks. Literally, man, identical records. I'm curious though what the Bucks ranking is going to be in the Eastern Conference. We have Giannis getting MVP at 31 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. So yeah, he fit in instantly with that, Shaq Lakers offense. If they're similar players, it makes sense that he would just fit right in. Although I got to see what Shaq was doing out there too, man. All-NBA first team, Giannis making that. No Shaq, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. So no Shaquille O'Neal on the All-NBA teams. What is up with that? Milwaukee the 3rd seed and the Lakers the 4th seed. So, Milwaukee went down a bit. I didn't really know what the Lakers were going to be. Let's check out these player stats on the season. So we got Eric Bledsoe 20 points. Okay, so Shaq 16 points, 11 rebounds. I don't know about all that, man. I mean, I know the teams are shooting a lot more threes these days, but only 12 to 13 shots a game for Shaq. Yo, what's that 0.53? Nobody has to do that. Big Diesel. And looking at the Lakers with Giannis, we know his stat line already. We got Kobe, though, averaged about 19 points, 5 assists per game. Let's go ahead and check out the team stats. So we got, scoring-wise, the Lakers are the 5th best scoring team, while the Bucks are 10th now in the NBA. And then defensively, it looks like we got the Lakers as the 3rd best defensive team and the Bucks at the 4th. So, yeah, Giannis' team a bit better offensively. Defensively, roughly the same. But that's about where we're at with this. And, of course, Giannis put up the better stat line. But I don't know, man. It's just I felt like Shaq wasn't shooting enough out there. So let's go ahead and simulate these playoffs, see if either one of these teams make it to the finals. I mean, they're not like the top seeds, so there's no reason to think they can't get eliminated beforehand. Lakers having their way with Portland, and it looks like the Bucks are getting to the second round in a 7-game finisher against the Pacers. Closeout game 22-16 this time for Shaq, 24 for Victor Oladipo. Checking out the closeout over here. We got Giannis at 30, 12, and 4, and 24 for Damian Lillard. Next up, Houston and Cleveland. I definitely like Shaq's chances better here. Simulate current round. We got Giannis and James Harden, the battle of the MVPs. Wow, man. They beat them 4-1, and Milwaukee won 4-0. 21 for Middleton, 19 and 9 for Shaquille O'Neal. And we got Giannis beating up James Harden with the 31 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. And plus having Kobe Bryant, I don't care if it's his 2nd or 3rd season in the NBA, it's still Kobe Bryant. That is going to help. All right, Golden State against Lakers, and Boston versus Milwaukee. Simulate current round here, see how this goes. And both series tied 2 games apiece. And it looks like we are going to have a finals of Shaq against Giannis. I was not actually expecting that. Yo, look at that game, 23, 11, 10, and 8. And we got Shaq finishing up over here with 21 points and 11 rebounds. Let's take this game by game. Simulate game 1, and Lakers getting that. I mean, they swept him in the regular season, so simulate next game, and 2 games apiece, or I guess 2 games to 0, I should say. Here's closeout for this, Shaq at 19 and 8. Simulate game 3, and we got the Bucks getting that one. Yo, what if we go to a game 7, man? 24-19 and 7, 3 and 5 for Giannis. We got 12 and 13 for Shaq. Why is he not shooting very much though, man? Like, Shaq be launching that basketball at times. Simulate the next one, 2 games apiece. Now, the actual formal language to say that. All right, shot 17 times that game. We got 3 games to 2 for Giannis. Oh, yo, 27, 22, and 7. Shaq at 24 and 10. And, yo, oh, man, didn't that? Okay, I almost did the round. Simulate next one. We have a game 7, guys. We have a game 7. Who is going to win it all? These teams have literally been identical besides for the regular season, man, where the Lakers swept the Bucks. So the winner of this is going to be, it looks like the Big Diesel might get him, and no, the Lakers bouncing back, and the Lakers win 120-114. Never in my life have I done a video where the results have been so dang close like this. But there it is, man. Giannis and the Lakers beating out Shaquille O'Neal and the Milwaukee Bucks. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.